Hi, it's Christine Edgar at the Farmington Libraries. For today's maker activity, we will be making a poison bottle. There's a lot of different materials involved in this, so get your kit. If you're joining along at home, look at our item description for all the items that you will need. Okay, so for our poison bottle, we're going to take our bottle, and the first step we're going to do is we're going to add a little texture. So we have included texture paste, which is in a container with a T on it. So this will give it some texture, it'll pop up a little bit. If you don't have access to this and you're recreating this at home, another really awesome idea I saw for texture is you can cover the whole thing in Mod Podge, and then you can put on a paper towel and then Mod Podge over it, and then it almost becomes like a snake skin. So that's another really affordable option. For those of you with a kit, we're going to take this Mod Podge and this, we're going to take this texture paste and we want it to look spiky. So we're putting it on here and we are just pulling it out this way. Mine has like a little label still on it. That doesn't matter. We're going to put about a bajillion coats of paint and everything else on this, so that doesn't matter. Okay, so our bottle is ready. This was translucent texture glass, so when it's clear, you're ready to go. We have our little foam skull, which we're gonna chop. This is one of the weirdest things we're doing here. So I'm gonna chop, we're gonna attach it to here, but this is coming out too much, so I'm gonna chop its head off, starting from the jaw. Oh, styrofoam. That's terrible. Okay. I hate that sound. I had ordered these online, but I think as you get closer to Halloween, you're going to start to see little decorations like this in Dollar Tree and in Target and other places. So now I'm going to take some hot glue and I'm going to glue his face right on here. Ooh. I'm going to use a lot of hot glue. Can get my other stick here. Just give it a lot. Great. And we're going to center it. Okay. And now we're going to start painting. I saw this, there's a lot of different versions of this, but the one that I used to most closely model was on Pinterest, and it's called angelascrap.blog, which sounds funny. It was actually in another language, I can't tell which, but luckily at the end of each section it was translated into English, so I was able to follow it. So that person did like such a gorgeous job. If you can see, I'm just mixing the green and the black. We're gonna give it a really creepy dark feel. So just use a little of that black to mix together with the green. Don't worry about how this looks because we're gonna do about 1 million coats. So we're gonna cover this whole bottle. And don't forget to also get your lid or capper and one of your gems. Because anything we do to the bottle, we're also going to have to do to our gem and our cap. to get this guy. Don't worry if you see streaks of green in the black, it's just going to add to it. This is not supposed to be a perfectly done bottle. This is supposed to be a pirate bottle or a potion or poison bottle. So that's not supposed to look gorgeous right out of a catalog. We're just giving it like a very weathered antique feel. We want something that looks like it's been lost at the bottom of the ocean. So this is going to be so great for Halloween. That looks awesome. And now I'm going to get my cap. Oh, it's a little top heavy. And then my glass, my little glass bead. So then make sure to let everything dry and then flip them all over and do the bottom. Okay, so when you're done with those two steps, come back and we'll move on. I forgot that we have to wrap this around the neck of the bottle. So we're gonna get our hot glue gun going. And just gonna do that. So, oh my goodness, I'm such a tangled mess. So luckily, we haven't gotten very far, so that's good. Gonna get a little glue on this guy, right at the end. And then we can tack that down. Okay. So now I'm going to wrap it around here and then just make sure that you go over this with a coat of this blackish green paint. Because we want this to get all the coats of paint as well. There we go. Pull off any strings. And I'm just going to get this. Okay, so don't forget, get all of these, turn it upside down, get the bottoms of your gem, your cork, and your bottle. When that's all done and dry, come back. So we're going to take a little bit of this that we're calling N, which is nickel. So it's Quinacridone Nickel AZO Gold. I'm probably not saying that right. So we're going to take that. We're going to kind of put it all over. And that makes it look like dirty. It's all very strange, isn't it? Don't forget to get our cap. And our stone. I'm gonna go all around this. I'm going to get the skull. I just want to do that last. We're going to do all parts. And then if you could let it dry and just do a tiny bit on the bottoms, just like we did for our other coats. So we're doing a lot of different layers of color to give it a lot of depth. It's going to be really great, I think, when it's done. We're going to kind of sponge it all over this too. Just going to get that green in his eye. And then make sure you get all the spots. And already it's starting to look kind of dirty and forgotten. Okay. So go ahead and let this dry. Do your other pieces. Get the bottoms, and then come back and we'll start on the next color. Okay, so now we are going to do some dry brushing with this gold. This is metallic gold. It's called Glorious Gold by Deco Art. So dry brushing is you take like literally a brush that's dry, and we're only gonna go over it very lightly. We're not looking to paint the whole thing gold. So that's why you only have a little bit, and it's going to be in the container marked G, but it'd be pretty obvious which one is the gold. So you're only going to do a tiny bit, and I'm just going to kind of put it down here, and basically you just kind of want to go over it, and it's going to highlight where we have texture. And we're going to get this little guy too. So it's going to give it a nice antique look, as if this was one time maybe a very beautiful bottle. Brush, and it's going to pick up the texture that we've created. We're going to do all around here. And go ahead and feel free to get some more. You can see that. I'm going to put a little more down. And like I said, you only want a little bit on your sponge, on your brush. Also, don't forget to get these. You can kind of just smear it a little. Same with this. Okay, and for now, our last color and our last step, we're going to take some of this, which is Dazzling Metallic Black Pearl. So this is in the container with a P. Again, you only want a tiny bit because we're going to do a dry brushing. Basically, you only want it to be like a little bit on here. And I'm going to go over it. It's going to tone down some of that gold and give it another layer of richness. So I'm going to keep doing this. And so if you're doing it nicely, you'll see just a shimmer. Now we're just going to do the top. And now we're going to glue this gem on here. A little hot glue in here so that it'll stay, and we kind of want it to look a little bit open. And now we're all set. Here is our awesome, scary, gorgeous poison bottle. So we can do this for Halloween, for a decoration, or if you have a certain kind of theme party coming up. But this was really fun. It looked like it would be complicated, but it really wasn't, and I just love it. So if you have finished product you'd like to show us, please share it to flref@farmingtonlibraries.org and let us know if it's okay to use your name and your image of your item on our social media. And please stay tuned for our upcoming programs. And we hope to see you at our next event. Thank you. Have a great day.